Well, the first week of softball was electric, and our players in the HVL did not disappoint. I mean, Byron's bat was hot for Byron. Allie Pagel throws a no-no. Fitch gave Richards a bomb for her birthday. Sydney Clark and Kayla Byrne carried in Goodhue. All that and more on What in the HVL, Episode 2, coming up.
Beneath his stormy surface flowed the warm tide of compassion and kindness.
What the
HVL.
going on out here?
Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, Green Sally down. Last done start.
Hey, what's happening, softball fans, and welcome into episode number 2 of What in the HVL, as we finally have the weather to get back on the field and run down some actual game results. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to the premiere episode of With Softball, as we are closing in on almost 500 views. Are you kidding? Almost 500 for the initial episode number 1, where we broke down the team previews for 2024. But now that you know the teams and you know the players and you know the schedules, we finally get to hear what is happening in the HVL as we had games happen this week. Let's get to it. First, April 2nd. April 2nd, a lot of teams didn't get to play because of the weather. Little cold, little rainy. Cannon Falls at Pine Island, KM at Sombrona Mazeppa, Albert Lee at Stewartville, all rescheduled to later dates. However, one of the few games that was able to be played Tuesday, April 2nd, was Byron going on the road to take on the Austin Packers because of the luxury that Austin has with that dome. Byron, listen to this. Let me tell you about the game. Byron took the lead in the top of the first as Tally Barons led off the 2024 season for the Bears with a triple to center field and would later score on an infield error. It made it 1-0 Byron after 1. Austin would put up 2 runs in the bottom of the second and 3 in the third to take a 5-1 lead going into the fourth. The Bears fought back in the top half of the inning. My girl Cadence Furstead singled to the right side. I said she's good. She was good this day. Singled to the right side. She was moved over on a sacrifice bunt by Leah Bendix and went all the way to third with 1 out. I love that when there's a bunt, a sacrifice bunt, and you're on first looking to take third. That's smart base running. Love to see my girl Cadence doing that. Leah Strain laid down a bunt single to score first dead, and it would make it 5-2. With Strain on 2 after stealing second, we have the video here of the next at bat. Let me tell you what it is. Let's just bring it up here. This video... How do we do it? Here we go. This video is courtesy of KLTV. And that home run is courtesy of Tally Barons of Byron. I see Alicia there. She's happy. Barons absolutely steps on one. Leads off with the triple and then comes back with a 2-run shot. Are you kidding me? Barons. Unbelievable. So that was what would it make it? 5-4? Yeah, Barons would make it 5-4. I have to do my math in the head. Still in favor of Austin going into the 5th, where it went scoreless. Byron then took the lead in the 6th inning. Listen to this. Bendix led off in the inning, reaching base on an error. Leah Strain moved her over to second on a sacrifice bunt. Barons would walk, which is probably a good thing if you think about a triple home run. Let's just put her on and give her 1 base. The way she was hitting the ball, probably the safest option. 2 on with 1 out. Macy Behringer singles up the middle, scoring Bendix, moving Barons to third. Max Steele steps up, grounds out to the right side, but does her job as Barons would score, and it made it 6-5 Byron. Unfortunately for Byron, if you're a Bear fan, Austin would score 2 in the bottom of the 6th and hold on in the 7th for a 7-6 Packer victory. Box score coming up here. As you can see, Byron 1 run in the first, 3 runs in the fourth, 6 in the 6th inning, 2 runs. It made it 6 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors. Austin 7 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. You see the stats there, incredible. But listen to this: 7 runs for Austin. Only 2 of the 7 runs scored were earned runs, as the Packers took advantage of those 3 Byron errors in the field. Tally Barons and Max Steele combined for 11 strikeouts and only allowed 4 hits, as you can see right there. Let's talk about what happened at the plate. Tally Barons, you saw her home run. She was 2 of 3 with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, a triple, and the home run that KALTV provided us. Emma Clark, 2 for 4 with a double. Caden's first dad, one of my favorite Bears out there, 2 for 4 and a run for her. Leah Strain, 1 for 2 with a run scored, an RBI, and a stolen base. Macy Behringer, you heard about the big knock for her, 1 for 4 RBI and a stolen base. Bears dropped their season opener, but they'll play Goodhue coming up Monday, April 8th. I don't know about Austin. They're not in the HVL, so I don't need to give their next game. But the Bears will look to get back on track against the Wildcats Monday, April 8th. The next one we have here for the HVL conference, we have to move on to Thursday, April 4th. Little bit of a busy day. We got some teams to run down. Let's start out here. GMLOK, the Bulldogs, going to Cannon Falls. Bombers would look fantastic. They shortened this game with the 10-run win after scoring 6. What did they score? Scored 3 in the first, 4th, and 5th before ending in 6th with 1 run in the bottom half of the inning. I believe that's how it all worked out. It was 10-0 Bombers as they took advantage of 6 walks, 4 errors from GMLOK. You see it there. Yeah, I was right. First, 4th, and 5th inning, they scored 3 runs apiece and then ended it there in the 6th. It looks like they still played the 7th, so it must be 12 runs after something. I don't know. Don't quote me. Or maybe I just forgot to put the X in the box score. I don't know. Either way, GMLOK, easy for me to say. No runs on no hits. 4 errors. Cannon Falls, 10 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. No hitter, Allie Pagel. I said she's fantastic. I believe she was All-State last year. Or was it Cameron Kovars of Zumbrota Mazeppa? Either way, Pagel is good too. 6 innings pitched, 0 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts. She scored 2 runs. Anna Ritz was 2 for 4 with 3 runs. Scored a stolen base. Emma Templin, 2 for 3 with an RBI. A stolen base. Ava Hansen, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Maya Meng, 1 for 3, 2 runs scored, a stolen base. Josie Soquist, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Addison Miller, 1 for 4 with a run scored. 6 Bombers had hits in the games. Like I said, 3 of those girls had 2-hit games. So great job. 9 hits, 10 runs. So they really racked it up. Cannon Falls starts the season out 1-0. They'll be back in action also on Monday, April 8th in a doubleheader, I believe it is, against HVL powerhouse Zumbrota Mazeppa. Zumbrota Mazeppa, speaking of which, let's move this along. They were on the road in Lake City. I got the box score here. Zumbrota Mazeppa, 2 runs in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third. Shut this one down early. 5 innings only. It was 12-0 in favor of the Cougars. 12 runs on 15 hits. No errors. Lake City, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. I believe Kylie Mann was the only one for Lake City that had a hit. For Zumbrota Mazeppa, you see here, Cameron Kovars, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts. She was 1 for 2 at the plate with 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a double. Trinity Chapel, what a game for her, the Cougar. 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a double and a stolen base. Melanie Roche, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and a double. Paisley Peterson, great last name there, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. And then Megan Jasperson, 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a double. So 4 girls with multi-hit games for the Cougars. I think I just said where they were going to be taking on Cannon Falls on Monday in that presumed doubleheader. I thought that's what I read. Easy. It's like I can't talk today. It's unbelievable. Next up, Pine Island at Kasson-Mantorville. The Panthers headed to KM, and I believe this was each team's season opener. The Comets would jump on the board right away in the bottom of the first. Andrea Fitch didn't wait long to make her first impression on all the With softball fans that are tuning in here. Absolute bomb solo shot there. Callie Richards followed up with a double to left field and then scored on an Abby Simon single to center field, putting Kasson-Mantorville up 2-0 after 1. Grace Mann would lead off the bottom of the second with a triple. Pine Island did a great job just holding her at third with 3 straight outs, keeping the ball in the infield. In the bottom of the third, Richards and Simons both reached base on infield ground balls, both scored on as singles. 2 on with 2 out. Meyer hits a line drive to the right side, scoring Richards. Grace Mann hits a fielder's choice to second baseman, but Meyer beats the throw to second, and then Simons would score, making it 4-0 Comets after 3. In the top of the fourth, Pine Island threatened as Severson walked. Kylie Passow singled to left followed by Volts getting hit by a pitch, thus loading the bases with 2 outs. But Olsen would get Barnett to fly out to the right side of the field, ending the inning. But Pine Island, you could see, starting to show the cracks maybe. Kasson-Mantorville would tack on another run in the bottom of the 5th, with Richards racking up her 3rd hit of the game. This one a double to center field, later scoring on a ground out by Olsen to make it 5-0 Kasson-Mantorville after 5. Pine Island would get on the board in the 6th. Kylie Passow drew a walk, would steal second. Volts would single to left field, scoring Passow, making it 5-1 Comets. Kasson-Mantorville would extend their lead, though, in the bottom of the 6th inning through 4 straight hits. A single by Fitch, double by Richards, single by Simons, and a double by Olsen, plating 3 more runs. It made it 8-1 after 6, but give Coach Kim Jones and the Panthers credit, they never gave up. In the top of the 7th, Pokrant would get on with the single. Polzer would walk 2 on with 2 out. Schleusner with the ropes a line drive to left field, scoring 2. I believe Laram followed that up with a single to center, scores Schleusner, and giving the Panthers 3 runs in the top of the 7th, but it wouldn't be enough as Kasson-Mantorville gets the win. 8-4 was the final score here, as you see. 4 runs for Pine Island on 5 hits, 1 error. Kasson-Mantorville racked up 14 hits. They scored 8 runs. No errors for them. Jenna Schleusner for Pine Island. Schleusner 1 for 4 with a double, 2 RBIs. Caitlin Laram 1 for 4, an RBI for her. Kylie Passow 1 for 2 with a run scored. Jaden Volts 1 for 2 with an RBI, and Ava Pokrant 1 for 2. That was for the Panthers. So 5 different girls getting those 5 hits and scoring those 4 runs for Pine Island. In terms of Kasson-Mantorville, first off, let's give a big happy birthday to Callie Richards. We'll talk about that in a little bit, what she did, but big, I think 18. So nice little day for her as they racked up a big win in, I think it was senior night too. But here you go for Kasson-Mantorville. Emily Olsen got the win on the mound. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. She was 1 for 4 at the plate with 2 RBIs and a double. Callie Richards, we talked about, big day for her. I know it was her birthday. 4 for 4 at the plate, 4 runs scored, an RBI, 3 doubles is what they have down for me. Threw out a runner at second as she was catching. Andrea Fitch, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored, an RBI. A lot of that came on that big home run in the first inning. Incredible start for her and all of HVL selection. Likely going to be a star to watch here in the HVL going forward. Abby Simons, we talked about her in hockey. Well, just as good at softball, apparently. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Grace Mann, 2 for 3 RBI and a triple. I don't know why I don't write that out. I just put triple. 2 for 3 RBI and a triple. It looks like a good picture there with Coach Mann on third base. Kylie Meyer, 2 for 4 with an RBI. So big day there for the Comets. And Panthers they tried to really run it back there in the 7th inning, put some runs on the board. I got some video. Big thanks to Kasson-Mantorville Softball Booster Club, sending me pictures, sending me video. The more I get sent, the more I can include here. So stay tuned. We're going to load these highlights, a few highlights, not all of them, but a few highlights for this Kasson-Mantorville Pine Island game. Well, there you have it. Up next, Stewartville going on the road. They traveled to Goodhue, and I will tell you, it felt a lot nicer than that temperature was reading on my phone. First game for both teams, but the Stewartville Bats came back from Florida, still pretty hot. The Tigers got on the board right away in the first inning. Junior Kaylee Lehrman with a line drive to right center. She's been hitting the ball hard. I'd love to see that. Sydney Clark reached on a fielder's choice, but Lehrman's wheels beat the throw to second, so now we had 2 on with 1 out, and Kayla Byrne, a name you're going to hear a few times here, hits an absolute rocket down the left field line for a 2-run double. Goodhue would answer back in the bottom half of the inning as Lola Christensen would walk, steal second base, and then Stewartville tried to pick Christensen off at second, but the throw went into center field. Lola would be motoring all the way around. She would score to make it 2-1 Stewartville after the first inning. It would be scoreless in the second, but the third started out similar to the first. Lehrman would reach on a hard ground ball to shortstop. Sydney Clark laced one to center field to put 2 on with nobody out this time. Kayla Burns singled to left field, scoring Lehrman and moving Clark to third. Savannah Hadeen would follow up with a walk, thus loading the bases, and Veronica Mitchell steps up and hits one between the third baseman and the shortstop, scoring Clark. Shayla Shavasta then would get up, catch maybe a fastball off the handle or something. I don't know what she caught off the handle, but either way, it was a dribbler to the left side, but does a good job as everybody moved around one base safely. Katrina McCluskey then grounds out to the first baseman, but that scored another run for Stewartville, who put up 4 in the third inning and took a 5-1 lead. Sydney Clark just mowing down girls on the mound as she went 3 straight strikeouts in the bottom half of the inning, giving her 7 strikeouts through 3 at that point. In the top of the 4th, Sydney Clark hit a hard grounder that was mishandled, so 1 on with nobody out, and then steps up Kayla Byrne, who absolutely crushes one to left field. She barreled up on an absolute missile into the they have a batting cage out there in left field. I don't think Kayla Burns hit ever. It just went to 25 feet and just kept going. It never came down. Gravity had no control over that ball. That's how hard it was hit. Incredible. The 2-run home run put the Tigers up 8-1. Goodhue would break up Clark's no-hit bid in the bottom of the 4th as Lola Christensen again reached base, this time on a single up the middle. Clark would leave her out there on the bases this time with 2 strikeouts and a ground out to shortstop. The Tigers would put up 4 more runs on the board in the top of the 5th. Brooklyn Peterson led off the inning with a single to center field. First varsity hit for the 8th grader in her very first varsity at bat. Pretty cool there. Then Kaylee Lehrman did the same with a shot up the middle. Clark would walk, loading the bases for Byrne. And at this point, you wonder if giving her the Macy Borowski treatment, where you just walk her with the bases loaded and sacrifice 1 run instead of potentially 4, is something to think about. I mean, she already had 5 RBIs at this point, but they pitched to her and got Byrne to ground out to the right side, I think it was. But either way, Peterson scored. Lehrman would score on a pass ball, and Clark would come around on a line drive single by Savannah Dean. Veronica Mitchell then stepped up and absolutely crushed one to center field. It was honestly, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 feet from going over the center field fence. Either way, it was a 1-run double for her, and the Tigers would take a 12-1 win in 5 innings over Goodhue. As you see, 2 in the first, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 4 in the 5th, 12 runs on 11 hits, 1 error by Stewartville. Goodhue scored that 1 run in the first inning, 1 run on 1 hit and 2 errors for the Wildcats. Goodhue, the one bright spot, Lola Christensen. Not only did I think she did a fabulous job catching, she has an arm on her, but broke up that no-hit bid by Sydney Clark, who was fantastic on the mound. Christensen went 1 for 2, a run scored, and 2 stolen bases. I thought their shortstop also played pretty well. Some areas that are bright spots for Goodhue for sure. So look to watch Goodhue make some waves as it gets further into the season and that team gels together. In terms of Stewartville, I know I'm biased, but very excited about what they did. Clark was sensational on the mound. The sophomore went 5 innings. She had only 1 hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 12 strikeouts. The garbage burger was looking fantastic, let me tell you. Savory, if you will. She was 1 for 3 at the plate, hitting the ball hard, 3 runs scored for Clark. Kayla Byrne had the night of her life for her softball career in her very first game. So she set the bar high. 3 for 4, 6 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a double in that 2-run home run to left field. Kaylee Lehrman hitting the ball hard. Absolutely love that. We told her in Florida where she was hitting the ball hard. You hit it hard, it's going to find openings, and that's what happened against Goodhue on Thursday. She was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Did a fantastic job calling that one hit complete game by Clark as Lehrman was, mixing it up, mixing those pitches. Very cool to see her working behind the plate very happy about that. See who else we got. Savannah Dean traded the basketball uniform in for the softball uniform and spikes. And she hasn't missed a beat. 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Veronica Mitchell, our senior shortstop, 2 for 4 for her with 2 RBIs and that double, like I said, off the fence, just mere feet away from a home run. Brooklyn Peterson, 8th grader. I know I'm biased. My favorite Tiger softball player. I don't think that's any surprise to any of you out there, but 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored. For her, she played second base second half of the game. So pretty cool to see that. Tigers go up, win their season opener. So 1-0. They will play only 1 game next week as they will be taking on Austin. Looking ahead to next week, talk about a busy schedule. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty small font, but either way, it is busy. What is that? 4 games on Monday, 3 on Tuesday, 5 on Thursday, 4 on Friday, and 5 on Saturday? Are you kidding me? We might have to like truncate down how I do these episodes, just like the softball players. I'm going to be looking to improve every week. You know, this is kind of new for me. I appreciate all those people that sent stuff to me and got me, pictures or stats, or the people that do Game Changer. That's huge. But this next week, looks like a lot of games there, I don't know, 15, 20 games. We'll try to get them all in and talk a little bit faster so I'm not handcuffing you to YouTube all day while you're trying to work. Either way, I'm excited. If you can't tell, I'm excited as the softball season's rolling. We got plenty of games. Looks like every team in the HVL will be in action. Something new here. I thought, hey, what the heck? What in the HVL, right? What in the HVL? What in the heck? We can name a player of the week. And we'll have 1 vote. It's me, I know. And you talk about these awards. And I know we had a lot of great performances last week. Very few games, but a lot of great performances. You had Callie Richards going 4 for 4 on her birthday. You had Sydney Clark's dominant performance on the mound and solid at the plate against Goodhue. Allie Pagel from Cannon Falls, she threw a no-hitter. She was up for consideration. Trinity Chapa from Zimbrona Mazeppa going 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And I know you're going to think I'm biased, but if you would have witnessed this performance like I did, you know it's hard to argue. So our week 1 with player of the week goes to senior third baseman from Stewartville, Kayla Byrne, 3 for 4, absolutely hammering the ball. I believe the Post Bulletin called her a one-woman wrecking crew. That's pretty good. That's pretty good writing there by the Post Bulletin. I don't know if that's Feldy or who's writing that, but outstanding. And why not? In Stewartville, you have Byrne Electric, you have Byrne Construction. Why not have Byrne Demolition? Just call Kayla, as she was wreaking havoc against Goodhue. Just fantastic. I think that's all I have for you. Big thank you. I said it before, but big thank you to all those that have really helped me out, that have sent me. I know I've reached out to coaches for some rosters. The KM Softball Booster Club sending me videos and information, pictures that I can use, making sure that I have everything I need. I know anybody that keeps up on Game Changer, whoever's scoring those games and allowing me to kind of view those box scores, really appreciate what you do. Missy Clar, the queen of Tiger Nation pictures, helping me out, does a fabulous job. Love to look through her images. So all those people that contribute, it's not just me on this podcast or this show. It's all of you out there that are contributing. And if you're part of the HVL, if you follow a team or you have stats or you have pictures or anything that you want to share, you can send them to me at tigernationandbeyond@gmail.com. Tiger Nation and Beyond. Just spell that all out at gmail.com. I know I've gotten to connect with a lot of you. It has felt great to get back out, watch the sport we all love, and I really appreciate you tuning in and supporting these young ladies through this What in the HVL podcast. I think that's all I have for you here, though. Episode number 2 of What in the HVL is in the books for this week. Tune in next Sunday for another weekly breakdown, and until then, hope to catch you at the fields. Take care, everybody.